Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Jaishankar, Honorable Minister for Education and Skills Development, Shri Dharmendra, Honorable Minister for Education, Marumo Debi, Chancellor of the Jawaharlal Nehru University, Professor Shantishri, Vice Chancellor, senior Indian government officials here present, ministers, permanent secretaries, alma mater and students, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, namaste and good morning. The world say there's no midway in falling in love with India. Be it an Indian song, Indian movie, or Indian cuisine. It is very difficult to resist an Indian charm, and I agree. I have experienced it when I came to India for the first time in 1998 to study at the Hyderabad National Institute of Development and Administration. The memories were still vivid, and I can attest further for the colorful reception I received during this visit as a president of my beloved country. Thank you very much, India. Colleagues, a few minutes ago, I came into this university as a visiting guest. Few minutes after, you have changed me as a family and conferred me with an honorary causa degree. I'm now standing here as a family member of the great Jawaharlal Nehru University and no more as a visiting guest. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is what makes India irresistible. This is what makes India incredible India, not just of the beauty of its landscape, but also the generosity and the kindness of its people. I'm humbled that my new family boasts of illustrious members, including the current Minister for External Affairs, Honorable Dr. Jaishankar, and the current Finance Minister, the Honorable Nirmal Sitaraman, who both graduated here. And I'm told even our Indian ambassador to Tanzania is a member of this university. So thank you very much. Mr. Chancellor, Right Honorable ladies and gentlemen, my heart is brimming with gratitude, and my soul is humbled by the profound recognition bestowed upon me by this great university. Receiving an honorary doctorate is an extraordinary privilege that I accept with great pride and humility. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to Jawaharlal Nehru University for deeming me worthy of honoris causa. This honorary causa degree will forever be etched in my history as the first to be awarded to me by a foreign country. Definitely, I've got one. I've got one from the University of Dar es Salaam, but this is the first one to be conferred by the foreign university. Thank you very much. Thank you for decorating and adding color to my history. Thank you for the kind words you spoke about me and the reason behind conferring me with this honor. For a moment, as the citation was being read, I paused and reminisced and appreciate the long and laborious journey I have endured, the heavy weight I have lifted, and the remarkable contribution I've made to my country so far. Rarely I do get time to breathe, unwind, and appreciate the journey, since life in the presidency gives one no time to think and reflect about oneself. You always think and reflect about the people. It has been and will always be a journey for the people, the country, and the world. Today, you gave me an opportunity to reflect. The flashback took me to my tiny coastal village at Kizimkazi in the islands of Unguja, Zanzibar, where I was born and raised. I reflected on my childhood as a girl child in predominantly traditional African and Muslim community. A daughter born by a housewife and fathered by a teacher. Had little chance and no hope of becoming a president of Tanzania, especially given my educational journey, higher education while working. Never had I dreamed of having a prefix before my name, but today I have it. Let alone dreamt of this prefix coming from a prestigious university, which is miles away from home. I become, certainly, not because I'm extraordinary, not because I'm self-made, but because I'm a product of many pair of eyes and hands which saw the potential in me, nurtured and supported me. I'm forever grateful for my late parents who saw an importance of investing in a girl child, taking me to school and supported my quest in furthering my education. To my family, who supported me throughout in my career, who tolerated my absence in their lives and allowed me to pursue further studies in a political career. And among them, my son is here, Abdul, if you can send and see. This is the third born. There is a brother and a sister on top of him. Not least to my friends, mentors, and the entire support system. To all of you, I say thank you very much. This award also goes to the leaders and members of my party, the Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM, which entrusted me with many roles and opportunities, including being the presidential running mate, and later the chair of the party and the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. It also goes to Tanzanians who gave me the honor of being their president and lent me their trust and overwhelming support. But in particular, this award I dedicated to the Tanzanian girl child who live in the remote parts of the country. I want them to know that with hard work and commitment, all glass ceilings can be torn down. I'm acutely aware that whatever I achieve as a leader of my country is partly because I'm standing on the broad shoulders of to what I have inherited. Their legacy is woven into the very fabric of this institution, and it is with profound reference that I accept this honor also in their names. I could go on and on thanking everybody, since my success, if any, is accumulation of many trusts, many efforts, and many supports I've received on my way up. And we in Africa believe that when the heart is full, it pours out from the mouth. So I restrain from overthinking because the list is endless. Thank you all. Mr. Chancellor, while I rejoice and celebrate this honor, I'm reminding myself that there is no free lunch. Much as you did not, out of respect or out of courtesy, condition me to deliver remarks upon being conferred an honorary degree, I understand that it is customary for an awardee to do so. And it may be inappropriate not to seize this opportunity to share with you my reflections on issues of mutual concern. I therefore wish to share with you my reflection on what is India to us, Tanzania and Africans. To us, Tanzanians, India is not simply a country. India is an extended family member, simply separated by a coastline, a strategic ally, a dependable partner, and a friend for all seasons. This is what we see India. India and Tanzania relations dated long before pre-independence from our colonial master, United Kingdom. The monsoon trade connected our people through the Indian Ocean. The Indian community has lived and thrived in Tanzania for decades and spanned generations. They form part of Tanzanian citizenry and contributed to our struggle for independence and national building thereafter. And so, it comes to no surprise that Indian food, which ranges between Indian rice, curries, and traditional Indian desserts, form part of our menus on our tables. Moreover, some Indian words like lucky, pesa, kalam, rang, tayar, lekin, dunia, and kismat, they are also part of our cultural heritage. On the other hand, colorful Hindu temple forms hallmark on many of our towns. With the Diwali festival, while Diwali's festival is celebrated by all of us as a statement to our unity and appreciation of customs and traditions of our Hindu brothers and sisters in Tanzania. Suffice to say, we are more connected rather than disconnected in the ocean. This reflection on my delegation, reflection is on my delegation, which include Tanzanians of Indian origin. Are you there? Tanzanians of Indian origin, Ahmed, Mohsen, and others. They are Tanzanians, not Indians. This is what I meant when I said India is our extended family. So here are two, but we have many of them. And some of them, they haven't even traveled to India. They were born in Tanzania and they die in Tanzania. So you could see the level of the connection we have between Tanzania and India. Traces of our connectedness are also evident in trade. India is our fourth largest trading partner. In the past 5 years, our bilateral trade volume has increased from $2 billion in 2017-18 to $6.5 billion in last June of 2023. India is also top 5 investment source for Tanzania, with 631 investment projects worth $3.7 billion. These are not words. These are numbers. And we all know words speak louder, but numbers speak clearer. So this is the clear picture of our relation. Given our historic bonds and bilateral ties, there is no excuse why India is not our #1 bilateral trade partner and investment source. This is an issue that preoccupied my discussion with Her Excellency President Drupadi Murmu and Right Honorable Prime Minister Modi. In a move to give a strong accent to our resolve, we had decided to elevate our relationship into a new strategic partnership anchored in 4 pillars, and they are maritime security, defense cooperation, development cooperation, and trade and investment. I'd like to thank the President of India, Her Excellency Draupadi Murmu, for her invitation, and the Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Narendra Modi, for engaging with me and my delegation through the details of our cooperation. At this point, allow me to thank everyone who has made my visit to India a success, with a special mention for His Excellency Biana Pradhan, Indian High Commissioner to Tanzania, whom, as I said before, happened to be an alumni of this great university. Mr. Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, beyond familyhood and trade partnership, India is our strategic ally. India is now a powerful house. It possesses needed soft and hard powers enough to shape the outcomes, influence change, and able to raise a voice to be heard in the lobbying corridors and rooms where world decisions are made and our fate as developing country is decided. We in the developing world immensely appreciate the leadership and contribution that India is making in preserving and restoring sense, value, and humanity to our increasing plurilateral, manipulative, and materialistic world. India is our formidable member, in the non-aligned movement, the Commonwealth, and Group 77 in the United Nations, continues to be our voice and mouthpiece in avenues where we don't have seat. We trust India's leadership, not because of its sheer size and economy, but because of its historic contribution and moral standing. India has remained truthful and loyal to the cause of the Global South and the developing countries in general. We appreciate the fact that you have continued to uphold the importance of multilateralism and valuing society over market. That means they value people over profit. The role that builds hope for a better future. We in Africa are delighted with India's ascendancy to a position of global influence. We are comfortable because we are confident that India will never forget Africa. Signals and actions by India justify our confidence. India has advocated for the admission of the AU as a permanent member to the prestigious club of G20. This is a just gesture. And as a first African president visiting India, and on behalf, we congratulate, on behalf of my heads of state and government from Africa, we congratulate and commend India for successful completion of the G20 summit and be able to advocate for Africa to be a full member. Thank you so much. Tracing back, India played an important role in the decolonization of Africa. India provided material support for the armed liberation struggle of Southern Africa. India is now our important ODA partner. India has formalized our engagement through India-Africa summits, and by opening first overseas campus of the world-renowned Indian Institute of Technologies in Zanzibar, it has demonstrated desire to export success in skills and development and technologies to Africa. India cares about peace and stability in Africa as it is the largest troop contributing country in the United Nations peacekeeping operations, most of which are in Africa. We in Africa can say here today, without fear of contradiction, that even when India reaches a pinnacle of global power, as it is bound to at some point, it will still retain the noble cause of global South in her heart. This is what, at the very least, we expect of India, that India, whenever it goes, whatever point of achievement reaches, it will still have Africa and the global South in her heart. We are living in a different era of confronting new realities and new challenges that India cannot overcome them alone, neither can Africa. Having united our efforts can increase our strength to face them and leverage our power to tackle them. Our partnership has helped us before to fight against piracy in the Indian Ocean, to help regulate and conserve our shared marine resources through the Indian Ocean Tuna Commission. We also stood up against unfair trade proposition in the WTO and pushed for the reforms in the United Nations and its Security Council. On another stride, the COVID-19 pandemic exposed us to the realities of inequality. Globalization did not deliver on its promise. The champions of globalization were the first ones to close their borders. The market did not work fairly for the developing world. When it comes to vaccine and PPTs, and the narratives of leave no one behind and global public good became nothing but empty rhetoric. True colors came out and masks of the big powers fell off. India, fortunately, did put humanity first the humanity first by supplying millions of doses of vaccines to about 100 developing countries. This was admirable, but we need to do more together to prepare for the inevitable future pandemics. They need to invest in global health security to prepare our countries for future pandemics is imminent. Having vibrant pharmaceutical industry and advancement in research and development, I'm convinced that India is better placed to take leadership on this important crusade. We must work together to win the next test. Ladies and gentlemen, another area of convergence for Indo-Africa partnership is our noble fight for a just green energy transition. Much as we are positive about green energy transition, we are of the opinion that the time frame and the course switching towards a greener path should observe the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities. By saying so, we are not rebelling, but we are simply calling for justice. A just greener transition. Certainly, this is not too much to ask to the world. But India, being the world's 5th largest producer of solar power and the world's 2nd cheapest solar power, it stands a chance to impact Africa positively in terms of green transition. India provides an opportunity for Africa to leapfrog energy crisis in underserved areas through affordable and adaptable off-grid and mini-grids equipment and infrastructure. Likewise, Africa offers India the scale to expand its green energy industry and lead and lead the transition. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I said at the beginning of my remarks that India means so much to Tanzania and Africa. I hope I've tried to cause in the course of my delivery to shed light on what India means to us as extended family, a strategic ally, and a reliable partner. Our geographical proximity, cultural affinity, and demographic similarity give logic to a cheaper Indo-Africa economic and political cooperation and partnership. Our destiny is intertwined. Africa cannot purport to penetrate to the center of the world's economy without India. On the other side, India's leadership of the Global South in the pursuit of fair global order cannot be attained if Africa is in the periphery. This is to say, Africa and India are almost and always tied at the hip when it comes to unlocking the global challenges to our growth and development. In our struggle against colonialism and our cry on fairness in the global financial architecture, the principled world economic order, India has always been a shoulder for Africa to lean on. Next year, we are commemorating the 5th anniversary of the Declaration for the New International Economic Order, of which India was the main proponent. We must admit there was over-optimism in terms of the timeline and scale in attaining the new international economic order, and that resulted in disappointment. However, the new realities and lessons learned must compel us to forge for Indo-Africa cooperation to push for a more fairer world. Together, we can be a formidable voice and a force to be reckoned with. In closing, I extend my deepest gratitude once again to this esteemed institution for the privilege of receiving this honorary doctorate. Thank you very much. I accept it not as a culmination of my efforts, but as a reaffirmation of the boundless potential that hard work, dedication, and selflessness holds for us all. Let us move forward with a renewed commitment to harness the transformative power of cooperation, and in doing so, let us forge a future that is marked by unity, understanding, and the steadfast dedication to the betterment of the humanity. This honor comes with responsibilities and expectations. It is a call to action, a call to leverage the privilege that it confers to the betterment of our world. It is a call to use our knowledge, our skills, and our resources to effective positive change, to advocate for those whose voices have been marginalized, and to champion causes that resonate with the values we hold dear. As I stand here today, I'm mindful of the profound interconnectedness of all human beings. We are bound by a common purpose, a shared destiny, and a collective responsibility to leave this world better than we found it. Together, we have the capacity to shape a legacy of compassion, empathy, and progress that will endure generations to come. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you very much.